All right, so let's get started. All right, Kevin Pham's car accident timeline statement. The time of this took place at 3:03 p.m. to 3:55 p.m. The date was June 11th, 2020. The place that it occurred was on Bowen and Larson Street intersection, Garden Grove, California, 92843. Moments before the impact. So at 3:01 p.m., I picked up Jennifer, and I called her so we can go to the park with my dog. As you can see, to evidence A, that is a screenshot of me calling her on that day. So I continued driving straight down until a car suddenly comes out to make a right turn onto Bowen from Larson. I stepped on the brakes hard, but that was still not enough to prevent my car from hitting her. The initial impact sustained on the Toyota Matrix, which is my car, was on the front right bumper, and her initial impact sustained on her BMW 5 Series was on the left rear side end of the car. And you guys can take a look on evidence B and C to see the images that were sustained. After the impact, we both paused for a few seconds to process what happened, right? And she took the initiative to move slightly up to the side parking next to a Buddhist temple. I quickly followed behind her, parked a few feet behind her car. So initial contact. The person comes out of the other car, and she, let me fix this. The person from the other car got out of her car and initially apologized, offered money, and admitted fault. She also mentioned that it was hard to see on the left because of her cars parked alongside the curb, and told me that if I can hurry because she needed to be somewhere. There is also a video of her explaining that she did not see the car coming from the left and that the car parked on the left side on the curb is blocking her view. When this video was taken, it will be explained further into the statement on slide 7. The amount of money that she offered is unknown. I also want to point out that please note that the car must inch forward in order to see oncoming traffic since the white SUV car is blocking the view. This is the girl's point of view, looking to the left to make sure it's safe to make a right. And the pictures were taken the day of the incident. So as you guys can see, evidence D, E, F, you have to inch forward a little bit more in order to see that oncoming traffic to the left. Now let me continue slide G. So this is her explanation why she couldn't see me, and she actually said this in Vietnamese. I translated it to English. I do have a Vietnamese background, so if you guys don't believe me, you guys can go to the next slide right over here. This slide right here, and it says, I apologize. Right here, An Jai Tang. That's where she said. So you guys can go translate that yourself, but I already did on evidence G, slide 7. So this is what she said. Okay, let's play that one more time. So that's what she said. And oh, apologize. So yeah, that's what she said. So this is the introduction of the witness and other friends party. So once she refused to give me or offer me money, I actually refused to accept the money, instead asked for her license and registration. Simultaneously, a witness arrived at the scene trying to invoke his hero complex, and he decided to make a false accusation that I was on my phone. He stated that you're a dude who hit his little girl's car. I saw you on your phone. He also told Jennifer to sit down, little girl, after she said to stop interfering into the conversation. He stated he was a registered nurse and has a girlfriend in the police department who can come down here and kick my ass. I was very upset considering there is police brutality in America at the moment, and I was uncalled for such a sensitive moment. During 3:10, around 3:15 p.m., the girl from the other party decided to call her friends while I'm interacting with the witness in order to help her deal with the situation, right? And from 3:15, her friends came, and then they came to the scene, and I explained to them what happened in the situation. However, her friends, there were three males total. Two of them came with an Audi car, and then the last one came up. He pulled up in a Maserati. All right, so three males that she called. They came, and they were already siding with her before hearing the full story, and were intimidating me, saying it was my fault. And only two males were present at that time. At 3:17, I received a driver's license photo of the girl over text. She did not have her driver's license on her during the moment of the incident. So at 3:19, it was 3:19 p.m. It was further discussed what happened during the incident to the other party's friends. And she explained it in Vietnamese the moments before impact. So like I brought it up earlier, if you guys go back to slide 5 or refer to evidence G, you guys could hear explanation right there. Like I said, I even wrote the statement that she said in Vietnamese. And if you guys do not believe my translation, even though I have a Vietnamese background, then you guys can go ahead and look at that translation yourself. Okay, moving on. I called the cops in order to come in, since there wasn't any agreement that we could agree on anything. And so I spoke to them in English. However, I understood that English was not their native language. So I spoke in Vietnamese, which is what their native language is. Vietnamese is not my strong suit, but the other friends would laugh about my pronunciation while smoking a cig near me. I gave an effort to speak two languages in order to effectively communicate, but instead, I was ridiculed. And you guys can refer to evidence I, which is right here. Yeah, so you guys can hear them. Yeah, you guys can hear them laughing in that video clearly, but let's go move on. Okay, so police officer's statement, okay? Around 3:37, the cop arrived. 3:37 p.m., the cops arrived and made sure that both parties exchanged information. Nothing more, nothing less. You can hear the cop explaining that this is up to the insurance to deal with since there are no injuries involved. Keep in mind, the policeman asked both parties if we were okay or injured initially. The police said that he would not file a report because there was no injuries, and the video provided clearly shows the police man stating this fact. We refer to evidence J. So this is the evidence right here.
What we're gonna do is we're just gonna get your information, and then I'm not taking a report. This is for insurance company. Okay. Nobody's injured. Everybody out license is valid.
All right, so I took the time to listen to the audio and then translated what he had to say onto the videos, so it make it a little easier for you guys. Okay, so again, before the cop left, he said that insurance will deal with these minor accidents, and since it is not injury related, the cop did ask both parties if we were injured, and because both parties said no to injuries, the policeman left since there was no injury claim. Okay, so this is a second clip of the policeman stating that there is no injury and no police report being made. He just listen it for yourself.
Insurance, they deal with all these minor accidents that aren't injury related.
Okay. I apologize.
Whatever you guys.
All right, so as you guys can see, just compare those two videos. Obviously, it's not the same video, and you guys can clearly hear that the policeman said that no injuries during the moment, and so there's no police report being made. Moving forward, witnesses willingness with other party. Okay, so I noticed the witness having a good time alongside with the other party, laughing and talking. He even took the extra step to offer his address to the other party, but did not offer me his address. Please notice the witness is in gray is in a gray shirt and a pair of shorts. And evidence M, N, and P, the next slide. So as you guys can see on evidence M, this is just the original picture right here. Evidence N, there's 4 people, okay? As you can see, that first person with the red right there, that's me. I'm a little up forward more, you know, I'm not together with the group. And you guys can see that the other drivers and her friends plus the witness are all kind of clumped up together. And that's when they were, you know, talking, having a great time. And yeah. And if you guys checked on evidence P right here, he is wearing gray shirts and in almost the same short, pretty much the same shorts. And you guys go back, you guys could clearly see it's the same clothes. If you guys cannot, then you guys could absolutely zoom up into it. I'm pretty sure you guys can do that. And yeah, just zoom up and you guys can take a look. Moments concluding the incident, okay? So at 3:45, we conclude that the interaction by exchanging information, the other parties begins to leave. From 3:45 p.m. to 3:51, I actually talked to the witness towards the end of the incident to discuss his statement in regards to police brutality, and noticed that during the conversation, he waved and gave a friendly bye to the other party. I was just simply talking to him, just talking about the police brutality and how that wasn't right, and it was very sensitive during the moment. So you guys can refer to evidence. Oh, here's a picture of me talking to him. It even has the, you know, the date or the timestamp on top, 3:51 p.m. And I asked for the witness's name and number, and we continue on our day from there because I actually wanted to get his name and number just in case for this, if I needed it later on for the future, okay? And at 4:43, I received a picture of the assurance from the other party through text. You guys can check it out on evidence P right here. And then the girl looks injured and seems to be perfectly fine. You guys can refer to evidence Q. All the evidence adds up, you know, like her friends were laughing, all that stuff. So I'm not too sure if she's injured or not. You wouldn't do that if your friend was injured. So let's move on, okay? So yeah, that's it, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to closely, okay, examine this incident case to make a fair and honest judgment with all the information provided from both parties. Thank you.